Hey guys, welcome back. So we have a more scientific but still fun video today, and we are going to be talking about shampoos. Now, I think that most people think that they know everything they need to know about a shampoo. They're like, yeah, you put it on your hair and you scrub it and it's clean, right? That's all you need to know. Well, when we are working with shampoos and different types, it is important for us to know a little bit more about them so we know what's just good marketing and what is actually good shampoo. So let's start at the very, very basic. So I'm going to read you out of my hair school book just this little tidbit about shampoos. So I'm not going to read you every single thing, but I'm just going to kind of jump through and hit the highlights. You shampoo. Oh, I need to, turn my phone off. Okay. So, use shampoo primarily to clean the hair and scalp to remove all foreign matter, including dirt, sebum, which is your hair's natural oil, or in our case, the dog's natural oil, cosmetics, hairspray, skin debris, without adversely affecting either the scalp or the hair. Blech. Can't you tell I just got off work? So anyway, what that means is that you are wanting to remove all of these excess things without damaging the hair. You don't want to leave it at the wrong pH or cause even more issues in the future. You just want to remove that hair, leave it clean and taken care of. So, hair should be shampooed as often as necessary depending on how quickly the scalp and the hair become soiled. So what that means is everyone is different, or in our case, every dog is different. Some dogs are going to need to be bathed more than others. It is entirely dependent on their hair and their lifestyle. So that's something to keep in mind too. Now, generally, oily hair, so we would be talking like Yorkies and stuff along those lines, needs to be shampooed more often than normal to dry hair. Strong alkaline shampoos are not recommended as they can make the hair dry and brittle. So that is going to be like your deep cleaning shampoos typically. And a dog made me drum on my arm this week. But anyway, we do get really dirty dogs, and this is a human hair book, so it is going to be a little bit different, okay? But the point still stands that you want to be careful when you're using a more harsh alkaline shampoo. You want to make sure you're using something pH balancing to follow up with a high alkaline shampoo, okay? Let's see. So I'm going to skip over this part because it's talking about human pH, which I know dogs' pH is a little bit different. Most shampoo is water-based and contains an ingredient known as a surfactant or cleansing agent. These are your sodium lauryl sulfates, okay? Those are your surfactants. What they do, they make the shampoo lather and they make it clean. So surfactants, also called surface active agents, are used to remove oil from the hair. A surfactant is necessary because water alone cannot attack and dissolve oil. For example, if you just wet the remains of a greasy dinner plate of spaghetti, the water simply beads up. Once you add soap, the grease breaks up and is easily washed away. It is necessary to add detergents, soaps, or other surface active agents or surfactants to do the job. Okay, so that's the same thing. So you can't just like rinse out the oil off of the dog's hair without your shampoo. It's just not going to work. So to dive a little deeper, the molecule of a surface active agent is a two-part molecule. It has a water-loving, which is hydrophilic, and an oil-loving, which is lipophilic side, okay? So that's your, it's a two-part molecule, and you can see right here, so the lipophilic is going to be your oil-loving side, hydrophilic is going to be your water-loving side. They create this like push-pull kind of motion as you're lathering, and that's what's going to pull the oil out of that hair. So you have to have both. So just to make sure that everybody's understanding that. That means to get your shampoo to work, you need water. Okay, I know in the grooming world that some people like to use like less water, or, you know, they think, you know, if you just go straight shampoo, it's not going to lather, it's not going to do the job. You're going to end up having to use more shampoo to do the same job. So it needs that water because it needs the oil in the water to work. Okay, so make sure that you are diluting your shampoos accordingly and that you're getting the dog wet. I've heard that people think that getting the dog wet clogs the cuticle or whatever. It shouldn't clog the cuticle. The warm water should actually open the cuticle up a little bit, and then your surfactants or your molecules, your hydrophilic and lipophilic molecules can work together and they can pull that oil off of the hair, okay? So, during shampoo, the water-loving part is attracted to water, while the oil-loving part is attracted to the oil on the hair. The resulting push-pull action causes the oil to roll up into droplets, which are then lifted into the water and washed away. By removing the oil from the hair shaft and the scalp, the water can wet the hair and scalp, and debris can be washed away. Okay, so that just kind of breaks down what I just said about like these two things working together are what actually pulls the oil out of your hair. Some shampoos contain both a surfactant and conditioner. Together, they not only cleanse the hair, but help condition it as well. These conditioners contain many ingredients, including hydrolyzed protein derivatives. These derivatives strengthen the damaged areas of hair by depositing protein fragments along the hair shaft. So that's kind of something that you would want to think of for, like, you know, damaged hair. So, like, Yorkies are always the one that come to mind because they're the ones I always see with split ends. And it's like other dogs could get it too, but those are the ones they're talking about that have that kind of like more damaged hair, maybe that have been matted a little bit or whatever. They would need some more proteins in their hair because their hair is damaged. Okay, pause. My boyfriend's calling me. All right, hopping back in. So I'm sorry, my boyfriend, he just got off work, so he's calling me. Anyway, so the role of water. The water plays an important part in the success of your shampoo. Water can be classified as either hard or soft, depending on the amount and kinds of minerals present. Hard water contains salts of calcium, magnesium, and other metals that prevent the shampoo from lathering. It can be softened by a chemical process. Soft water contains very small amounts of minerals and is preferred for shampooing as it lathers more freely. Now, this is something to really keep in mind if you are in control of your shop. Currently where I'm at, I don't have control over those kind of things. I could buy, I believe there's like, something it's kind of like a Brita filter, like in a way, but it can change if you have hard water, it can change it to soft. I know there are soft water, or there are water testing kits. Let's just check, because I have my computer in front of me. That's what I'm recording on, so we're going to check and make sure, but I'm like literally positive you can get water testing kits on Amazon. But let's just see how much they cost. Let's see. Drinking water test. Let's see. Pesticide, iron, chlorine. Yeah, so I would guess that this is probably going to be fine. So it's the one I'm looking at is $34.95. I will go ahead and link that below for you guys so you can check it out. So you can see what kind of water you have. So if you notice, and I have lived places that have had water or hard water before, and I noticed I was using more shampoo and conditioners than I did whenever I moved. I've had that happen a couple times because I moved around a good bit. Some places have better water than others. That's just what I've noticed. So that is something to keep in mind. The water that you're using is so important. If you're using hard water, it's going to, first of all, like this said, it's going to make it hard for your shampoos to lather. And it also will create a buildup on the hair with all those minerals and all of that in it. So, water purification, sedimentation and filtration are two methods used in the purification of water. During sedimentation, undesirable substances such as clay, sand, etc., sink to the bottom, and then during filtration, pass through a porous substance. Chlorine is added to kill bacteria and complete the purification process. Water is boiled at a temperature of 212 degrees or 100 degrees Celsius and will destroy most microbic life. Okay, and the key points to remember about shampooing are that the natural pH of hair, which I believe, let me Google it, I'm fairly positive it's close to a 7. Natural pH of dogs. Shouldn't I have done this research? Okay, yeah, so 6.5 to 7.5 is the natural pH of dogs. And it is maintained by the mixture of secretions. For humans, it's the secretions of sebaceous glands and perspiration, but we know that dogs do not perspirate, so they are not going to have sweat glands. So that's a little bit different right there. But shampoos contain surfactants that remove oil from the hair. Hard water contains certain minerals which prevent shampoo from lathering. Soft water is preferred due to its low amount of minerals. Shampoos should be formulated to conform to the natural pH of the acid mantle of the hair and the scalp. Okay, so I know that's kind of a lot, and it's a lot to bring in and swallow, but I see a lot of groomers, like I mentioned earlier, talking about, like, you know, not adding as much water, or they try to avoid water. You need water for shampooing, okay? And I really wanted to kind of go into how the shampoos work, that they need that oil loving and the water loving to create that push-pull method so that you can remove the oil from the hairs. Now, another thing I wanted to touch on before I jump off is be aware of marketing versus ingredients. And we can go more into ingredients in another video and what to not be fooled by. Another really great place to find information about ingredients is the Groom Pod on I listen to them on the Apple Podcast, but wherever you listen to podcasts, listen to the Groom Pod. Barbara Bird, she knows her chemistry, she knows her ingredients, and I love listening to her because she goes in detail. I talked about one video that she went in detail about all the ingredients in Hydra, and she talks about ingredients a lot, and she talks about, we are hearing that whole buzzword of, well, I guess the buzz phrase of all natural. Everybody wants the all natural. So it's important to know what does all natural even mean? Do we know? That's the thing, is like, all natural is such a broad thing. And I always use the example of Canada Dry ginger ale. So Canada Dry has in huge print on their drinks, made with real ginger. I challenge you to go find a bottle of Canada Dry, look at the list of ingredients, you will notice there is no ginger. And they have, big and bold, on their product, made with real ginger. And that's the soda that we consume. So what that is clever marketing. They have realized that people want ginger in these type of sodas, and they put made with real ginger. There's not even like ginger extract. There's nothing in the ingredients that even contains ginger. And if you look it up, they're actually in a lawsuit for it. But I use that as an example because it really goes to show you that these companies can pretty much put anything they want on the bottle, okay? So just because it's saying all natural, what does that mean? You know, somebody explain it to me. To me, it's clever marketing, and Barbara Bird is highly educated in this. She goes a lot more in depth than I do. She also agrees it's all marketing. So it's important for us to know that, because we are going to get those clients that come in, they want the all natural stuff. So you can talk about what's in your shampoo. Yeah, it may not be marketed as an all-natural product, but I know in human hair, and from my understanding in dog hair too, a lot of times the things that were like hypoallergenic or whatever, they still have very similar ingredients to the regular shampoo. It just might be a little bit more mild. They will usually try to take out the sodium lauryl sulfate. A lot of people are afraid of sodium lauryl sulfate. It goes back and forth. I see some people that are for it, some that are against it. Me personally, I don't mind it. It's in all my shampoos that I use on my head. It's in most shampoos that I use on dogs. That's another thing. A lot of our shampoos are formulated pretty similarly to how they do dogs. So, you know, That's actually another thing that Angela talks about. Angela Cumpy in her creative grooming book, she talks about like products and dogs, and she had a really good point. If you're not sure about something like an ingredient, you can actually just Google like this ingredient in dog stuff and see what they use it for or whatever. So if you're ever confused on an ingredient, don't like just assume like okay, I know Barbara Bird has talked about like she was for a while avoiding shampoos with like really long lists or yeah, I believe it's like long lists of stuff, but basically what she ended up figuring out, dog shampoos are not regulated by the FDA, so they actually don't have to disclose what their ingredients are, whereas all human products, they have to disclose what's in it. You will not go anywhere, even Walmart, and pull a shampoo off the shelf and not find ingredients on it. They have to put ingredients on everything. So it does go to show you how unregulated the dog industry is, and I'm hoping to see that change because there are brands like Hydra, and I use them because I know they print their stuff, but I have used other brands that you can find their ingredients, but you have to go online, and I don't love that. I like to be able to read it off of the bottle, and I hope to see that change, that maybe these products can become a little bit more regulated. I'm gonna go in on another video talking about different ingredients in shampoos and, you know, what to look for and stuff like that, so that you guys aren't tricked by clever marketing, because that's one thing that I am noticing a lot in the grooming world, is that it seems like these companies are really good at marketing their stuff, and it's got a lot of people really confused. So anyway, if somebody tells you that you need to shampoo without using water, or like, you know, like it's different. Okay, and when I say that, I mean just using it straight on the hair, not diluting it. Even then, you want to get them wet first, because you need that water to create that push-pull method, okay? So anyway, this is straight from my human hair book. I know I don't have the dog hair version. I wish they made this exact book, but for dogs, because I would love that book, and I'd probably be using it in every video. But yeah, and we can also, actually, this is another really important one. We will talk about the pH scale. This is a good thing to know about, so you understand what's acid, what's alkaline, so on and so forth. So we will talk about that. I would like to talk some more about how animal hair is made up. I'm going to see if I can find it, because like I have this and it'll show you how human hair is made up and all of that, like what's in it, all of that. But I don't, like, since this is a human hair book, there's not the dog version in here. I just am converting it to dogs for you. But the shampoo stuff, like I said, it still stands. They formulate them pretty much exactly the same. There's not a lot of differences between the human shampoos and dog shampoos. And I'm not saying that you should go use human shampoo. I'm not saying that at all. I'm more so explaining that, you know, the ingredients are just similar. So don't go, I'm not telling you to go use human shampoo on dogs. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that that's how I can take this stuff in this human hair book and convert it to dogs, because there's so many similarities. And I know that I have the privilege of owning this book and being able to share it with you. So that's why I have been taking my human knowledge and putting it into dogs. Maybe I'll make a video that I talk about, the differences between human and dogs, like what I noticed. That would be a fun video. Like, because I remember when I first started doing dogs, like I remember the differences that I saw. So I do want to make a video about that. I think that would be kind of fun. And maybe we could call it something like why your dog's haircut costs more than your haircut, because as a human stylist, I can tell you it's easier to groom a human, and I still groom humans here and there, and it's so much easier. Let me just tell you how nice it is to put somebody's head in a position and be like, stay there, and they actually do. It's nice. Okay, so anyway, we're still gonna make a video on the color wheel. Don't worry, it's gonna be fun. I think that'll be a fun one. But I was kind of waiting for my sister, because I have my little sister, she's 10, and I thought that might be a fun thing for us to do. We can make the color wheel and do our little paints and stuff. I thought it'd be fun, you know? So anyway, we'll do that. No worries. But I hope this helped a little bit, helped you guys understand your shampoo a little bit more, understand what a surfactant is, because that's something we hear a lot about. And I feel like that's something that we don't know a lot about. Now you know what hydrophilic and lipophilic is. Remember, hydrophilic, hydro, water. So that's going to be your water-loving side. And lipophilic is your oil loving side, okay? So, and you need those two molecules working together to make your shampoo work, all right? So hopefully this helps you out a little bit. And all the hard and soft water, you know, that's a really big one that I kind of forget about because I learned it in hair school and haven't thought about it a lot since. But testing your water, making sure that you don't have hard water, you know, that kind of stuff. And there are, like I said, there's the water purification process to turn the hard water to soft water. So there are ways to do it. But it might be worth looking into testing the water in your salon if you feel like you need to. Something to keep in mind, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, you guys, I hope this video was helpful. I know it may have been a little bit all over the place. It was like planned, but also last minute. Like I was gonna like sit here and like really like write it out and like put like a ton of thought into this, and then like I realized how short the chapter was on shampoo, and I was like, I'm just gonna read it because I knew it wouldn't be that long of a video, and I don't think it ended up being that long. So anyway, I hope this helped you guys. Let me know if you have any more ideas, like the human side of grooming, or like human hair versus dog hair. Like if you have any questions that I might be able to answer as a cosmetologist. I still consider myself a cosmetologist because I went and got my license, you know what I'm saying? I put a lot of money into it, so I'm going to call myself a cosmetologist even though I don't have my license anymore. So if that's a problem for you, you can kick rocks. I'm just kidding, but I'm not. Maybe I'm kidding. Maybe I'm not. Who knows? All right, you guys. Thank you for watching. If you didn't see my last video, catch me live on Sunday on Groomer TV on their Facebook page at 6 p.m. Sunday. I will be on there for however long. However long and while people are chatting. It'll be at least 20 minutes, I can tell you that much. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this video is helpful. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!